Alright guys, welcome back. Another quick one here. I'm not going to claim to be a pro. Probably just going to throw the specs up on the screen just like this. But you got the Logitech G29 over here. You got the Thrustmaster T80 here and the Thrustmaster T150. Since I've had all three of these, what I'm going to call entry-level steering wheels, that I'm going to tell you right now, if you have VR and you're into VR racing games at all, minimum you need something like this. But yeah, again, I'm not a professional. I'm not I wouldn't say I'm super versed with them, but since I've had all three, I have played a lot with all three, and I will tell you, it definitely brings the experience up. I just wanted to tell you, well, if you were looking at getting one, which, you know, where do you land? We'll start right off the bat. T80, this is the first one I grabbed because you can find them relatively cheap. But with that being said, this is what you get. It is, well, more or less just a rubber band or spring, something like that, in the back. It's got the buttons up here on the wheel, which I was not really a fan of. Makes me kind of easy to find, but you know, I wasn't really a fan of that. And then it does paddle shifters. Overall, really plastic feel. Works really well with the PlayStation 3 and 4, as well as your PC. Benefit of this one over the other ones is this one will power itself off of USB. One USB for the entire thing. As soon as you jump up to the G29 here, or the Logitech T150, it needs the USB into the system, as well as a power cord into the wall. And before we jump to the next thing here, guys, across the board, as far as mounting hardware, I'll show you the G29 here has this style, and if you're on a table kind of like this, which truthfully guys, you need to get a different type, it doesn't clamp very well. You know, it clamps right here like this. It doesn't seem to stay on there. It pulls off the back here, so that's why this one is setting up on the table like this. But with this style, the T80 and the 150, it is, let's pull it off here real quick, kind of show you. Oh. What I would call a little more universal. There you go, guys. Rotates just like that and moves that up and down just like that. Same design on the 150 over here. You just reach around the bottom, rotate it, and it will come off just like so. Alright guys, now that we got them all three disconnected from the table, we can kind of compare them. Like I said, the T80 here, you know, that's just going to have a spring to bring it back to center. No force feedback, anything like that. G29 does have force feedback. Again, this one and the T150 both have force feedback. But you will need separate power supply. This one feels really good. As you can tell, you can go from about here, that's the stop. It's like 1.5 rotations, something like that. So that would be the center there. The 150 here, whenever it's off, actually seems to be a little more robust, but there you go. We'll go all the way over to the stop. So there, completely upside down. There. So I think the 150 actually, the T150 here has a little more range to it than the G29, but as far as feel, they both feel really good. The G29, as far as actual build quality here, I'll pick them up and show them a little closer. Yeah, I would say the G29 actually feels a little better build quality wise. It just feels like a real steering wheel. The downfall with that one, we're going to move the T80 out of the way here. Slide it back. The downfall of G29, if you can see it here, the steering wheel is actually, you can't really see it there, but as far as the diameter of the actual steering wheel, it's a little bit smaller. It's a little narrower. But the 150 is actually narrow all the way around. This one just, I would say, here to here versus here to here, you can feel a difference when it's in your hand. The actual diameter around the steering wheel like this, the G29 is definitely a little thicker. It feels more like a real steering wheel, except for being a little smaller size. What else here, guys? So as far as the layout, the buttons, as you can tell here, everything except for these, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're just relocated here. Both of them have a PlayStation button here, here, share button here, there it is on this one, option, option. L2, R2, L3, R3 was L2, R2, and I don't see an R2, R3. Oh, that's right, it's on the side here on this one. There it is, it's right here, 1 and 2, and then you got your mode button, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and the Logitech, or I'm sorry, the Logitech, if I remember correctly, yep, that one's right here to be able to switch between them. If I can actually align it there. There you go. But yeah, guys, what else here? There we go, the pedals. That's a big feature. Let's bring the camera down a little lower here. Alright guys, so as far as the pedals, this is the T80 in the middle here, the T150, and the G29. As you can tell, the T80 and the 150, they're both identical. Gas, brake, exactly the same. The G29 over here, you actually have a clutch, which is really nice. It's more metal finish. It's a lot bigger overall, and it feels pretty good. I would say about my only issue with it, they all feel a little too cramped together as far as being realistic, you know, to a real car. But overall, they do a great job. Yeah, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hope this helped a little bit. You know, let me know in the comments below if it did. If you guys have any questions about them, let me know. I'd recommend any of them. If this is all you can afford is the T80, you're just trying to try it out and see if you're even going to want a steering wheel, definitely jump on the T80 if you can find it for the right price. The G29 and the T150, both great wheels. The biggest benefit of the G29 over the T150 is the clutch, as well as what I forgot until just now. G29 comes with a shifter. It does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it actually has a push down and pull back for reverse, as you can tell on there. This was the selling point for me. I had the T80, got the 150, and then eventually grabbed a G29 because the price was right. But truthfully, I would recommend any of these. Again, I would try to jump up to this level if you can, but the T80, it does its job, especially in VR. It feels pretty good. It feels way better than just a regular controller. If I had to pick between these two, you know, if I could only choose one, that would be really hard for me. I'm kind of fond of the Thrustmaster. It just feels really good. Everything, all the button situation, everything like that is spot on. But the pedals are really basic. The Logitech pedals are way nicer, and then the shifter is really nice to have. You can buy all these extras and add them onto your T150, or jump up to the I think it's the T300 and then still get the additional shifter and make the difference. But yeah, like I said, I'm kind of fond of this one. Just really, it's just the button layout, I think, is what really gets me, and the pedals and the shifter. But if you were just comparing wheel to wheel, definitely I would say the Thrustmaster. But as far as an all-together package, the G29 is a great place to start. You know, if you are, well, playing Dirt Rally or Gran Turismo, you know, if you're PSVR, if you're, you know, PCVR, playing any of the racing games on, you know, PCVR, it's amazing. PlayStation VR, they work phenomenal. So yeah, guys, anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching. We will see you next time.